You cannot talk about these two bands without saying about the rivalry between them. Obviously, the fact that both bands came up wearing masks and outfits led people to start comparing them. And the main question of course is, who the hell came first? And there's no straight answer for that, since no one would never admit it. But what happened is that Mushroomhead nearly signed with Roadrunner before Slipknot, but the pen never really touched the paper. For some reason the band had to back up and then Slipknot came up and signed it with the label. So the Mushroomhead guys and fans started to think that Roadrunner needed a band like that and then created Slipknot like a puppet. Some years later, Slipknot was performing in Forest City, Iowa, and a bunch of Mushroomhead fans came up and started to insult Slipknot for that. The Slipknot's fans clearly disapproved it and the rivalry began between the fans. That's what the full story says. In October of 2006, Metal Sanaz interviewed Skinny of Mushroomhead and asked about this rivalry between the bands.
So how is this whole thing about the Slipknot thing going anyway? Like, if you do want to talk about it.
Oh, I don't care.
It's just because everybody, you know, all the fans are always like,
Mushroomhead versus Slipknot in a cage brawl. Sunday. UFC match. Skinny versus Joey Jordison, you know, in a cage brawl. No, it's not like that at all. The only thing that I can say is those guys are the only ones that are ever brought up. There's way more talented bands that were wearing masks and costumes, way more influential bands. We've been doing it years and years before Slipknot, and there was other bands doing it years and years before us. Growing up as kids and getting into metal, you know, obviously Kiss, The Residents, Alice Cooper, and then things started to kick off like right when we were into it. Mr. Bungle, Jenna Torturers, Guar, Manson. I mean, there is the whole element of theatrical entertainment that is overlooked. Everyone wants to go, okay, there's, you know, 9 guys in this band and 8 guys in that band, and some of the masks are similar, and blah, 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 blah. But, you know, there's way more bands out there that have come and gone and been doing the theatrical entertainment for years and years and years, so don't just look at it as Slipknot and Mushroomhead, because, man, open your eyes, open your ears. The amount of bands out there that do that stuff.
In 2007, when Slipknot was out of the road, Capital Chaos did an interview with Mushroomhead's drummer Skinny, who quoted, "Slipknot is the NSYNC of heavy metal." Alright, if you say so, but some days later, Capital Chaos talked to the band singers Jeffrey Nothing and Waylon. They didn't like the fact that Paul Gray of Slipknot wore a pig mask in the early days, because their bandmate Pig Beanies was a pig before Paul. You can watch now the X-Up where they talk about the other masked band.
Now, you guys have a little bit of a controversy with another band that some people may think that you guys are similar to, or they're similar to you.
I think they're similar to us. We came out and they got a deal that we turned down because it didn't sound right for us. We didn't really want to give up all of our merch and everything, and the label, I think, was under pressure to sign a band that looked like us, so they just kind of created their own. I mean, when you got a bass player named Pig Venus and their bass player comes out in a pig mask, something's a little crazy there.
Huh. So, but it's a bone of contention. I mean, what would you expect from them to clear? Is there a matter of clearing things up, or?
I don't think they ever will, because that would give them a little less credibility, and they think they're fine where they are, and I'm sure they will with all those sales and awards and shit.
In 2008, Slipknot was finishing their 4th studio album, All Hope Is Gone, when Jeffrey Nothing attacked it again. This time through his MySpace profile. He got Corey Taylor inked in his leg, looking like he's dead and Jeffrey's coming out of him. He also wrote below, "The truth comes out." Slipknot started touring before the album was released, and in the first show in Seattle, Corey said something about it.
I'll tell you what, man. We have a new album coming out August 26th. And I'm going to tell you this right now. I will personally spit in the mouth of anyone who gets that tattooed on their fucking body. How about that? No! No!
August of the same year, All Hope's Gone was finally released, reaching the #1 position in several countries. 2 months later, Skinny talked to the Gauntlet and had to answer, what's your favorite album of 2008?
I like to do Slipknot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was pretty interesting. It seems like a couple of the songs they really back down on the insanity playing, and it may go a little bit further. You know, that psychosocial tune, it sounds more like rock, heavy metal than the blast beat insanity. Although I think that All Hope Is Lost or whatever, Gone or whatever the hell the song's called, that was fucking kick ass, man. As soon as I heard it, I was like, that's badass. I mean, we're to the point of that whole thing, 10 years of that Mushroomhead versus Slipknot. It's like, no, I actually like them. I like a lot of their music. I physically met Joey and Paul back in Cleveland a few years back. They were out with Lamb of God and a couple other bands on some tour, and they came through Cleveland, and since I know all the Lamb of God guys really well, we all met up at a bar after they were done playing, and we sat down and shot the shit for a little while, and Joey was cool. He bought me a drink, and we just hung up.
So, it seems to be okay now, but I believe the fans and the bands will always remember this. I end up saying that Slipknot's great and Mushroomhead's great as well. These two bands are awesome and you should listen to both. And now, watch the final message of this video, which for me is what really matters at the end of the day.
Dig what you dig. Don't take any fool's madness over that, dude. Seriously, dig what you dig.
If the music is done right, that's what counts. It doesn't matter what they're wearing, what they're doing, what they're saying, what they're eating.
Right, if you hear it here and you feel it there, man, if your hair stands up on the edge of your arm and the back of your neck and you hear a certain song, that is what we're all about. It's all about art and entertainment, and at the end of the day, I'm an artist, and I can reinvent myself over and over, and it doesn't matter.
However, the way you like it.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter who rips me off, man. Bring it,